Hey guys, it's Cloud once again. This is my podcast, a video podcast. I've been working kind of hard lately, trying to get all the information together for all the corruption, favoritism, and lots of problems we face in the community. So, my name is Dylan. My media name is Cloud. I am a graduate from Assiniboine College and I specialize in media and communications. I recently graduated in June and I got my diploma here up on the wall and I finished my grade 12 before I went there. So I've been in grinding since January 2023. And yeah, I'm back home in my reserve, Long Plain First Nation. And I just want to share about this episode. I'm here to speak the truth about corruption, favoritism, and the struggles that my family face in Long Plain. These are real stories, and people need to hear them. So, from my personal experience, funding was cut off after January 2024. Incidents with the chief left me without support, and funding and facing all types of troubles with employment and training. The people who run it just favor people and favor students, and I felt like I was one of the ones who wasn't favored. I had to struggle right from the beginning, all the way from when I first got there. It seemed like nobody even believed in me. Oh, I got my grade 12. It took me 7 tries to get it, and even when I did my grade 12, they still didn't believe in me. It's kind of just like this, kind of be discouraging. And yeah, when I finally went to school in Brandon, I had to go live in Brandon University in the dorms because I had nowhere else to live. So yeah, I stayed in the dorms and traveled back and forth to Assiniboine College on the bus. Had to get up at 6:30 every morning, get on the bus at 7:05, and yeah, get to class early because the buses were always full. And that was just the beginning. It was so hard because they gave me a computer and it wasn't top tier. Like, I needed an i9, and at that time it was a high-tech computer and it was over 1,500 minimum. And they gave me a computer from off their shelves that they had, and it wasn't really up to date. It crashed mid-class doing a project, and it took them a while to get the funding to get the computer, and it wasn't even enough. It wasn't enough. But I graduated with my diploma. But when I came home, I'm still banned from all establishments. I was hard to get on social assistance. They gave me a hard time. I'm not allowed in the building. But I need some kind of income if I came home. I applied for Res Radio. That didn't happen. I used to work there actually, and but back in the day, the boss there at the time really didn't like me. He just always said certain things. Called in pretending to be somebody else and requesting stupid songs and shit. So yeah, anyways, I wasn't qualified to be on the radio before, and they fired me. Well, I kind of quit because they were trying to fire me. People kept calling in saying I was getting high on crack, high on meth, drunk. That's insane. But you could tell they were just hating, man, because I was speaking the truth. And like I was messed up at those times. But now I changed my life around. I quit drugs. I started working out. I got my grade 12. And I instantly applied for Assiniboine College for media and communications. The counselors at that time were Kyra Wilson, Keely Assiniboine, Dennis Myron, Garnet Meaches, and Marvin Daniels. It was okay until David Meaches was running against them and saying, Kyra didn't do this, do that, da 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 da. Anyways, I helped Kyra get in, let's just say that. And then once I got Kyra in, she only helped me. She didn't help my family. And so my family felt like, well, if she ain't gonna help us, well, we should help David. And you know what? We did. That's just, we helped him. And what did he do? He turned around and fucked us over. That's the truth. And yeah, I should have known. A snake slithering, you should have just left that motherfucker alone. But, you live and you learn. And you face all types of obstacles, and I'm still facing obstacles. It's October 2025, and this is happening since 2023, December. Yeah. So let's get into it. Employment and favoritism. Addicts getting jobs before sober. Qualified people, especially during election times. It's not happening. Everybody that I see is getting a job, has 2 jobs, overtime hours, The counselor's saying, oh, you have to go through HR to get these jobs. You have to apply for this. And I have an awesome resume that I made, and I earned all my qualifications, and I still haven't received nothing. And I still don't get the credit I'm due. But, at the end of the day, we all made choices to, mess around and try hold it together. Me being sober right now, and for the longest time having my head on my shoulders and stuff, it's been helping me, and I can see all the corruption, man. Workplace abuse, example of a college student and a teacher and a granddaughter. People are taking action these days. They're sick of favoritism. They're sick of nepotism. They're just sick of all this fucking corruption, man. All this fucking bullshit. People are standing up for themselves. And, a lot of them are taking matter in their own hands and saying, fuck the law. They are. So, like this one person her daughter was getting bullied by a teacher. And also the student in the classroom. So what does the mother do of that daughter? She walked into the Yellowco College and started fighting and slapping around both the student and the teacher. Now, wow. That's what these people, she didn't care about the law. I'm not promoting violence or nothing. I'm just saying this is what the people are doing now. Another instance was a CFS Macouse worker staff was treating people of the community very badly, and it led to one of the people walking right into the building and fighting one of the Macouse workers. Well, why? For nothing? I don't think so. It's just how these people treated each other, man. Like there's lots of people that are addicted to alcohol, drugs, gambling, just a lot of stuff in our reserve, man. And I believe that I'm here to show and express that this shit has been going on for ages, man. And all the people that are running chief and council are all over 60. These people are running our reserve, man. These people are from the 80s, man. We're our generations. We need to be stepping up and doing our part. Going to school, going to college, taking programs, learning about leadership, governance. So me being a journalist, I carry on my notepad, write down everything I must, talk less, hustle more. So that's what I've been just doing, collecting all the information. And yeah. So my family story. My mom helped the chief return, but instead of gratitude, he harassed, fired, and withheld her pay. And what did I do? Like anyone else would. If their mother was in trouble, or if their mother was getting bullied or harassed by another man, of course, our instincts is to protect their mother. That's why we're here. And I believe, and I still stand on that. I love my mother so much, and I would do anything for her. And I don't want to see her sad. I don't want to be sad, and I'm not sad. I'm here. I'm dedicated to my work, and I'm dedicated to this podcast. And we need to expose them, man. Like, we need to get on track here. We have millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's just all going to where these little tiny sheds that are built around the res. Wow, man, our people are in poverty here, man. We got fucking meth, we got fucking heroin, we got dillies, we got bootleggers all over the reserve. Fucking up our people. This is fucking bullshit, man. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, wow, there's no jobs for these people. That's why they're doing these things, you know? These people are not kings or gods. They're just people. Over 60, their ages and up. Some counselors are 70. Clinging to the power. It's 2025, not the 1980s. It's time for new voices, new generations to lead with respect and fairness. My mission is to be accountable, lead the people to truth, and hope for change. Elections are coming up. We should get our people, our generations in there, and I believe we just have to run, man. We can win by landslides, all of us, you know that? And don't be scared, man. Have a voice. Let your heart speak, Pray if you must. I prayed before this, and I wanted to speak fluently and not just, I have a script here. I'll follow it because everything I put into my script was directly from my heart. And I just want the people to know, like, all the stuff that's been going on in the reserve. Everybody's getting fired. All the people that were working all got fired. If not, they got laid off or, programs shut down. And I believe the voices need to be heard. To all those people that got fucked over, all the people that facing troubles, other families, there's only certain families in there, like the big families. Big families are getting favored, The other day I was walking to go to the gas bar, and I seen one of my bros leaving Res Radio, where I applied 1 trillion times since I got home. I was like, "What's up, bro? You applying for a job or what?" He's like, "No, man, I just sold some gabbies." Sold gabbies to someone at Res Radio, and they're working on the air. Wow, that's insane. A lot of things been going on in the reserve, man. It's just crazy. I don't understand how all of this is still going on and the people can't rise up, man. All these people are all old. Like, when are our people going to, flourish? We're just getting crumbs here and there. When the chief got in, we were all supposed to get $500 for Christmas, but what did we get? 300 slivered off the top. Crazy. What did David do? He probably put it in his pocket. He's a greedy motherfucker, man. And to see our people always fighting, or not even fighting. Yeah, they're fighting amongst each other because our leadership aren't doing their job. And I'm here to expose that. And I just want the people to know, we need to stand up, man. We need to let our voices come out and show them that we mean fucking business. I went to court a couple months ago for sentencing, and who all showed up and testified against me? Stephen Prince, Marvin Daniels, David Meaches, Cecil Masu. That day, nobody even I assaulted the chief myself, okay? But who tried to help him? A 60-year-old counselor who weighs like 150 pounds, fragile as fuck. And then they have a security guard there that's supposed to protect the whole MISC and protect all the chief and counsel, who is also 70 years old, who is not even qualified. I'll jump on my back, and I grew up with these people. I grew up with their sons. They're the same age as me and stuff. So when they did that, they all charged me for assault. But I didn't know what was going on. They were all on my back, and I just threw them off because I thought I was ganged up on, right? And I was only facing the one. I was only going after David. And, stuff happens, court's still going on. yeah, he took away my funding. And when I came back home last year in 2024, throughout the summer, I had 4 months off. I didn't get no job. I was a student and I was still nothing. So when I go back to school, they gave me crumbs. Yeah, they gave me crumbs. They didn't want to buy a lot of stuff for me. They didn't want to. They didn't want to buy my equipment. So I bought my camera. It was worth 2,300. I bought that out of my own pocket. And so when I sent in my receipts, they gave me it back, right? All right. So now I needed a tripod, microphones, and a lighting kit. They denied that right to the very end. They just ignored me. They didn't even send me a letter saying no, I don't qualify. Lori French, the employment training sponsorship lady, she said, "Well, you have to wait till court's over in July." So I already graduated. And then when July came, they still ignored me. They just said, yeah, we went to court, whatever. And I didn't get sentenced. I'm still out. I'm here now. And these people still didn't want to help me with my microphones and my lighting kit. But I'm improvising right now. I'm just using my lights up there. I'm using my headphones as a mic. I got my camera for my phone, and I got my camera right here, and my laptop. So I'm just improvising and making this stuff work. So if anybody wants to come and speak at this podcast, I'll be gladly to help, and we can speak about more problems that Long Plain is facing. And this is just the start. So I hope you guys can pay attention and learn, and I'll have more to say and more to speak about down the road. I enjoy doing this type of stuff. I'm good at confrontations. I'm not scared to speak up. I could speak up for the people. I could speak up for certain families. I know my rights. I know the law. I used to be addicted to meth back in the day. I was an alcoholic and all types of drugs, man. But I changed my life around because I just felt like they personally want everybody all fucked up like that on the reserve. And I believe our reserve has so much potential. I see all the kids growing up, and I talk to them, and they express to me that they get high. These kids are like 10, 11, 12, man. They're getting high. And it's crazy, man. They're getting high in the fucking schools, man. And they're going to class. That's normal. That's man. That's fucking crazy, yo. So that's why I'm here, man. I want our reserve to flourish. I want us to be top tier, man, because our reserve is well known, and I don't want it to be all fucked up from like, oh, lots of people die from heroin, lots of people die from down, lots of people die from drugs, alcohol. It's been going on for so long since I was a little kid. My grandfather died from diabetes from drinking. My grandma was the same way. My dad, he died from alcohol, and he had dementia for his last few years. My uncle, my auntie, they all died from alcohol and drugs. And my cousins just recently, my cousin Graham, my cousin Kyler, they both passed away too, from drugs, man. My cousin Graham was found in the fucking streets in Winnipeg in a back alley with a bag full of drugs and paraphernalia. Obviously, he didn't go in a back alley and get high and die. Fuck no, he got high with somebody and somebody fucking dropped him off there. And for my cousin Kyler, was drinking and partying with his mom for ages. And I guess what I heard was people were going around there partying, smoking crack with him, and fucking giving all types of pills to him. And obviously he's fucked up. He wants to go to sleep. So yeah, they gave him 2 types of pills. Boom, died. And my other cousin was found in a car, Brandon. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? All of our people are dying. That's 3 Assiniboines gone within 1 year. That's why I'm here right now sober, because I'm thriving off of being sober, man. I can't stand this, man. My other family members are all fucked up too right now. And what is chief and council doing? Fuck all, just stealing and, just fucking treating people like shit and just taking everything away from us, man. They're just doing this last little things for this because election's coming. So we just got to stand up and, vote these motherfuckers out, man. Seriously, guys. Like, we have all the power of the people, man. We're fucking strong. We're resilient. All we need is a clear mind, a head on our shoulders, and our voice. I want to thank the listeners, and I want you guys to share, subscribe, like, and comment. And if anybody else wants to come on and speak here, I'm more than willing to set up these podcasts. And yeah, so my YouTube is Cloud-300. Subscribe, like, comment, and we got more to come. So let's get it, guys. I love you. Right.